leaks were all true and this event could have been an email. No, like seriously, instead of making you watch through the whole event, I'm going to fly you through what's new and give you my real thoughts, because I have some heated opinions about the iPhones in particular. So let's get into it. They kicked it off with the new AirPods Pro 3. They are apparently smaller, comes with a new foam tip for a better fit and noise cancelling. They claim it's twice the noise cancellation of the AirPods Pro 2s. They also threw in a heart rate sensor and pushing this new live translation feature. And 8 hours battery for still $250. It's a good upgrade, but if you already have the AirPods Pro 2s, you absolutely don't need to buy these. And that live translation feature on the keynote was the most awkward thing I've seen ever. They're just staring at each other like two knuckleheads. It is so dumb. And personally, I don't need a heart rate monitor in my earbuds when I have my Apple Watch. And while the sign might be a little richer, I doubt it's $250 richer. Speaking of the Apple Watch, here's the Series 11. It is thinner, it has 5G, and now it can detect hypertension, which is high blood pressure. And that's it. That's literally it. But here's my favorite part about the whole keynote and arguably the best thing they've ever announced. The Apple Watch Series 3. It got the new S10 chip, always on display, the finger tap, the wrist flick gesture from the most expensive models, plus it charges faster now for all the same price of $250. Dude, for 250 bucks, that is an absolutely a steal. Yeah, it has the older design with the thicker bezels, but the specs inside are legit upgrade for most people, even with the series watches. If you're thinking about getting an Apple Watch, get this one and it's a no-brainer. Oh, and the Ultra 2 has a bigger screen and a satellite connectivity. Yeah, who cares? And now to the main event, the iPhone. First up, the iPhone 17. The design is basically the same, but the screen is a little bigger at 6.3 inches. And finally, it has 120 Hz ProMotion display. Oh my god, it took them so long. It's running the new A19 chip, which is faster and more battery efficient. The camera's got the real boost, the ultra wide is now 48 megapixels, and the front camera is totally redesigned. It is a new 18 megapixel wider lens, so you can fit everybody in a selfie without turning your phone around, and it also sports center stage. It now starts at 256 gig storage for the same price of $799. It is the same iPhone, but honestly, that new screen and the front camera might be the most useful upgrade Apple has done to the base iPhone in years. If you don't care about those two things, you can probably skip this model and not upgrade. But tell me why, when I saw that first squared off sensor and the front camera, I thought open gate on an iPhone. Dude, how cool would that be? And now for the one more thing of the event. The most confusing, pointless, lost iPhone Apple has ever released. The iPhone Air. No, not 17 Air, it's just Air. It is the thinnest iPhone ever at 5.6 millimeters. It has a polished titanium body, a 5.6-inch 120 Hz display with the new anti-reflective coating, but it only has one camera. Apple, who is this phone for? It has worse specs than the base model, it is way more expensive at $1,000, and it doesn't even fit a clear demographic. What is the point of this? In the keynote, they stressed about the battery life so much and saying how efficient it was every 5 seconds, and they announced an iPhone Air specific battery pack, which is literally this, but longer and thinner. Dude, I love this thing so much, you don't even know. The phone is so pointless that if you buy a battery pack with it, it costs the same as the iPhone 17 Pro in total. The phone is $1,000 and the battery pack is $100. This thing is a total crap show. It only has one camera, but it also has the camera control button, which is meant for more pro level controls. It has polished titanium, a more premium material than the Pro model phone, which is, I think it is a trick to make it look even thinner with the reflections, and it completely breaks the price ladder. It's not an iPhone 17, so it doesn't fit the lineup, and it's not a bigger version of the base model, so it doesn't even replace the Plus. This phone is the new Vision Pro. Everybody will talk about it for 2 weeks, then completely forget about it. It just does not make sense at all. If you have a theory, please drop it in the comments. I am genuinely confused. Confused and angry about that price tag. Take a deep breath, Dennis. Alright, now let's move on to a phone that actually makes sense, the iPhone 17 Pro. The 17 Pro has the new A19 chip, way faster and more efficient, and to keep it cool, they added a vapor chamber. And that vapor chamber is connected to an all-aluminum unibody frame, which comes with some fresh new colors for the Pros. For cameras, you get a 4x and 8x zoom options, ProRes RAW recording, and that same 18 megapixel front camera with a wider sensor. It has the biggest battery on an iPhone ever, and also that anti-reflective reflective screen coating. But here's the catch, of course we need a downside. It starts at 256 gig storage, but the price got a little bump. Now it's $1,100 for the 17 Pro, and the Pro Max is still $1,200. Everything was going great until I saw those prices. They intentionally increased the base storage so they could jack up the prices. And that extra storage costs Apple pennies. They do not care. Overall, the 17 Pro is what we expected. I wasn't blown away because the leaks were too accurate. Material-wise, we went back 4 years by ditching titanium for aluminum, but that unibody design is pretty cool. But those colors though, they're growing on me. The blue is fine, but that orange, I kind of hated it at first, but now it's, you know, kind of like it. I have to see it a little, I have to see it in person. Then I'm like, oh, okay, I like this. It's not orange, it's more like a brownish copper. I kind of like it, but getting rid of the black is diabolical. That's actually such a funny move. And chip-wise, it feels less about raw power and more about efficiency. It's kind of like the jump from M2 to M3 chips on the Max. The M3 was slower, but it was way more power efficient. Overall though, it was kind of a disappointing event. I don't know if that's because we all knew the leaks or my expectations were a little too high, but it just feels like another year, another iPhone cycle where the cameras are a little better and the battery lasts a little longer. But what do you think of these updates? And are you upgrading this year? Let me know down in the comments below, and like and follow for more.